Women have a superpower that has been reflected as weakness in this generation. Let me say this to you first and foremost. That superpower has been abused by irresponsible men. But in the right setting, under the right context, it is still powerful. Are you ready for what I'm about to say? I gave a subtle example when I was talking about how a woman tells you she's hungry. When she's out on a date with you, she says, "Are you hungry?" So subconsciously, women are wired to put an idea in your mind and make you take initiative for the collective good. What if you learned that consciously? There's a movie. How many of you have seen the movie Inception? All right. In the movie Inception, they came up with a technology where you could enter the mind of someone, drop an idea in the mind. And when the person comes back, the idea will seem original. I am telling you, women have that superpower. And so, for instance, it is proven that instead of telling men what to do all the time, if you allow them take initiative, instead of saying, "Oh, this box is broken, fix it." If you say, "What do you think we can do to this box?" The man will feel, you say, "Okay, so I'll just call the carpenter, I'll just this the same thing." I'll give you a Bible example. This one is sensitive. I will ask you again, should I talk or should I not talk? All right. We read up about Esther, and there is so much to learn because it is the same man treating two different women drastically different. You could make an argument for Vashti. She had a right. Why will you just call me to come and entertain your guests? But the question is, does that strategy work, particularly for powerful men? Does it work? Listen, if your goal is to insist on your right, fine. If your goal is to have a happy home, to work with someone that you trust for a collective goal, then if there is a more excellent way, use it. That same king that Vashti wanted to use Agidi, Esther, Esther used submission to get him to kill. You know the story, don't you? One time she came in like this. I said, "You are powerful. You don't understand. The hardest man in the world. If you know how to pull the strings, all the things you have been quarreling about, he will give you. He will give you his kingdom." Men, I told you, men are more romantic. Read the story about Herod. Just small down, so he said, "Ask me anything to the half of my kingdom." Half of my down, so which kind leg? You see, I am telling you, a man can go to war, conquer battles, take over territory, then small dance, he will give you half. You are arguing because you don't know. This does not in any way exonerate him from his excesses and all of that. But if you find a way to let him know that fundamentally, if you first and foremost accept him, you accept him, you believe in him, you trust him. Because men struggle. It's a dilemma. There are superheroes everywhere. Everywhere. They go to the work, to the office, they are killing it. They're successful. They are shouldering their entire family sometimes, especially in Africa, doing everything. The only place where he's constantly aware of his inadequacies is in the home. Then now you are wondering why the friendship is being affected. You remind him of everything he ought to be, but he's not. What if you find a proper way, a better way? Men also, there is a way to communicate. You know, my God, there's a mistake guys make. When guys are quarreling, it's in the context. When guys are quarreling, they can say anything to each other, and it's just bants. Let me tell you guys, women are not like that. Don't say what you don't mean. They will not forget. They may forgive. At least they say they will forgive. Okay. Whether they forgive, only God knows. God is the ultimate judge. Because sometimes you wonder, you'll be surprised. 15 years later, she'll just say, ah. You say, what's that? You say, I remember the day. You say, ah! That's how that day. Hey! Don't try it. Oh. In the heat of the argument, just say, sometimes I wonder why I married you. Hey! See, as a guy, it's just bant. You want her to know that you're not feeling what she's doing. Don't try it. Please, are you listening to me?